So you know the Marksman Carbine in Fallout New Vegas.
Yep.
This is what the Marksman Carbine would look like in real life. So what this stock is this is the Magpul PRS stock, which is it's supposed to be like a precision rifle stock, but you can attach it to just like a normal carbine buffer tube, which is why you can see the castle nut back there. Those two gears are for adjustment because you can adjust the length of pull, which is how far the butt plate sits on the stock. And then the one that's horizontal adjusts the cheek riser, so you can have it move up and down.
Oh, okay, that's handy.
One of the things that's on this one that isn't on the one in Fallout New Vegas is this pistol grip is made by Daniel Defense.
Damn, look at that pistol grip. It's actually got grip on it. It's got a groove for your middle finger.
I'm not a big fan of the finger groove on it, but that's just personal preference. I forget what pistol grip is on the actual Fallout New Vegas Marksman Carbine. On top of it, this is a thing that was added to it that is not actually on the Fallout New Vegas Marksman Carbine. But it would be if it actually existed like this. What this rear sight is this is a Knight's Armament fixed range flip up rear sight. The ACOG, oh my god, they actually put Trijicon ACOG. What? You can actually see the little reticle in there, that's fun. Okay, that isn't how it would actually work because it is a prism optic, but whatever, I digress. That doesn't matter. That's a thing in a video game. It doesn't matter. It's not real. The Trijicon ACOG, you could have gone with one of two options. You could have gone with this ACOG, which has the front sight and rear sight on it. So this ACOG does actually have a front and rear iron sight, which is basically for if you were trying to get something on target very quickly, or it's for just like gross shooting. So you're doing basically shooting at very, very close distances, and you don't need the iron sights to be super accurate. They're not even adjustable.
It's ridiculous how high up that the scopes are on these rifles, but then you have iron sights sitting on the dot scope, and that's so high up there.
Yeah, but it's like you're just using it for very, very close range shooting, or for just like you're using those to get onto a target.
It has to be close range shooting. Anything longer than 50 meters away, you'd be way off.
The other option, which I think is the one that would technically be more correct for the Fallout New Vegas Marksman Carbine, would be an ACOG with a RMR on the back of it, which was a brand new thing in like 2010. I think 2009 is when the ACOG was first released.
Well, that is an ACOG. It's a Trijicon ACOG.
Yeah, it is an ACOG, but there's another ACOG with an RMR that's on the back of it, which is the Trigicon's ruggedized micro reflex sight, is what RMR stands for, I think. The RMR had just come out in 2009, and because of the way the Marksman Carbine normally looks, you can see that there's like a triangular shape on the back of it, which I think was supposed to be a red dot sight, because that's kind of what the RMR looks like. I just don't think that they were able to make the red dot sight on the back of it work, so they basically just kind of like covered it up and made it look like a weird shroud.
Oh, yeah.
The handguard that's on the front of the Marksman Carbine is this one. It's the Viltor CAS-VEL handguard, and it was a drop-in handguard that you had this whole rail system that bolted to the top to give you like one continuous rail space. It does mean that the optic ends up sitting higher, so that is what it is. The only thing it would technically be missing is there is some type of muzzle device on the front of it in Fallout New Vegas that I don't know if it's supposed to be like the XM177 style of moderator, or if it's supposed to be like a Noveske Fire Pig, because it's really short.
Just a generic flash hider.
It's really short in Fallout New Vegas, which makes me think it's supposed to be a Noveske Fire Pig, but it isn't as wide as the Noveske Fire Pig, so I don't actually know. And that would make sense for what this gun is, for it to have a Noveske Fire Pig on it, because it is a very short barrel, and that would help increase back pressure. Those are all the actual components that would be on it. I also love that they actually made it on semi-auto, because the Marksman Carbine is semi-automatic only. It's not full auto like a lot of the other rifles in this game. It is semi-automatic. So it's really cool that they actually put the selector on semi-auto.
Yeah. Too bad you can't actually manipulate the selector and put it on auto.
The one other thing that they did to it that I'm pretty sure that it is not in the base game of Fallout New Vegas is the charging handle. I believe that is a BCM charging handle. I think in Fallout New Vegas, if I remember correctly, the charging handle on the Marksman Carbine is not back there. The charging handle is just sticking out of the bolt, which is not correct. But yeah, I mean, that would make sense for having that specific charging handle on this rifle. If you were trying to realistically build one of these rifles, it would be this one. Though I would argue that if you're trying to clone, because I've seriously considered doing this before, cloning the Marksman Carbine from Fallout New Vegas. If you were trying to clone the Marksman Carbine from Fallout New Vegas, I think what I would do is use one of the Badger Ordnance extended charging handle latches, or use a LMT extended charging handle, because that would be the correct time period. One of the things that not me specifically, but a lot of people were doing, like 2007, 2009, while I was in the Army, is they were putting the Badger Ordnance extended charging handle latch, which was basically a replacement for the charging handle. They put a big fuck-off lever on the side of it.
Everyone was buying custom parts for their government-assigned weapon.
Well, the super cool guys were. The general infantry, they didn't really let them do that. Some of them they did, but...
Did they ever do gun inspections to make sure you weren't customizing your rifle in fun and useful ways?
Some units did. So yeah, that's the Badger Ordnance extended charging handle latch.
Oh, okay.
That was really popular around like 2009 because, you know, on the M16 charging handle, you have that little latch that's there, and that latch is what keeps the charging handle secured into the upper receiver. And so in order to retract the bolt, you have to depress the latch first and then pull the whole charging handle back.
I remember.
So what people would replace it with is this big chunky one that makes it really easy to hit. The problem with it is the only thing holding that latch into the charging handle is the one roll pin. So repeated use of that charging handle would eventually wear it out, and it would like just either egg out the hole in the charging handle or like bend the pin on it. So it did mean you ended up replacing charging handles a little bit more frequently, but like it's a charging handle, so whatever.
Yeah.
I wish Viltor still made this rail system. I would absolutely buy another one of these rail systems, but like I do see them pop up from time to time, but they straight up are like $1,000 now.
It's just a Picatinny rail system.
No, it isn't. It's a drop-in rail system that is made out of, I think, like stamped aluminum. And yes, it does have Picatinny rails on it, but I would not call it a...
You wouldn't call it a Picatinny rail because the Picatinny Corporation might pick a fight?
No. Okay, yeah, I guess it would be a Picatinny rail, but it's just like a drop-in system. I guess when I was trying to correct you, I'm trying to say that it's not a, yes, it's a Picatinny rail, but it's a weird version of it that attaches to the upper receiver via this whole, like, top rail mount.
All right.
Yeah, and I want one, but I don't want to spend $700 on one.
Understandable.
That's a lot of money to spend on an obsolete rail system. The thing that I think is weird about the Marksman Carbine in Fallout New Vegas is that's like an 11-inch barrel, and the ACOG, depending on which version you get, is generally ballistically calibrated for a 5.56 projectile being fired out of generally it's like a 14.5 or 20-inch barrel. So ballistically, that is not going to match what the reticle is set up for, which I think is kind of funny that they put it on this super, super short barrel. It's entirely possible they were trying to copy like the Mark 18.
I'm sure it gets the job done.
It would have been really funny if they had done the thing that some super cool guys were doing in like 2007, 2009, where they were taking an ACOG and then putting an EOTech in front of it. So basically, they were using the ACOG as a magnifier for their EOTech.
Why wouldn't they just get a stronger single scope? Why'd they have to combine two of them?
Because they really like the reticle that's on the EOTech, and they wanted to put just a 4-power magnified optic behind it.
That's silly, but I guess it works.
They sell magnifiers for EOTechs now. It just wasn't a thing at the time.
I guess if there's both of those scopes the same height, they can make it work.
This is a really good mod.
Looks nice.
I like this one.
Mm-hmm. No complaints? It seems fine to me.
No, it's
good stuff.
Yeah, they did a really good job on this.
All right. Very nice.
Also, interestingly, this is a little nitpicky thing. It's a 20 round. The magazine holds 20 rounds according to the game, but it's a 30 round magazine.
Yeah. Balancing reasons.